Join me on a journey where getting lost is the only true destination. But no matter how far we stray, we always come back. Here. The magnifying glass through which we observe the human condition, where happiness is an illusion. Here, where the past, present, and future all coexist on the same timeline. A reminder that the future is not some distant glimmer, but a bright light shining in your eyes. This is the future we are in right now, where our phones are the first things that we touch when we wake up, the last thing we touch before falling asleep. Radiant, seductive screens we so lovingly, endlessly gaze upon. Much like you're doing right now. Welcome to a future where our true reflection is only revealed once the screen goes dark. Welcome to the darkness. I hope you find it enlightening.
Allow me to introduce my mother-in-law, Clara, my wife, Michelle, and my daughter, Sylvia.
Where's the rest?
Never met the quota.
My units are up from last week.
So is the quota. 2 hours.
It's always been an hour.
Now it's 2. Price went up.
It's a 2-hour walk. I have an hour and a half.
Then you better run.
The poor are meant to die. It's how the system works.
Just once, I'd like to wake up with more time on my hand than hours in the day.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
You really don't know, do you?
How old are you? 28.
I'm 105. But the day comes when you've had enough. If you had as much time as I have, what would you do with it?
Sure as hell wouldn't waste it.
The truth is, there's more than enough time for everyone. There are men with 1,000,000 years while most live day to day. For a few to be immortal, many must die.
No one should be immortal if even one person has to die.
You're not from around here, are you?
Why would you doubt that?
You're a little different.
Come with me.
The cameras picked up suspicious behavior.
His name is Will Salas.
He shouldn't be there.
What are we gonna do? Steal?
Is it stealing if it's already stolen? I'm gonna make them pay. Come on, help yourselves!
Take the time, it's free.
Where did you get that?
We can't have 1,000 years in the wrong hands. It could cripple the system.
I will stop him.
The problem is, everybody wants to live forever.
We're not meant to live forever.
You know we're coming to get you.
Let's hope so.
His crime wasn't taking time. He was giving it away.
15 Million Merits is an episode that is a fan favourite for many Black Mirror watchers. It's an episode where it takes a twist on modern day entertainment shows, and also a look into what civilization has become. We are left in the dark if these people are prisoners or if that is what society is actually like. However, whatever it is, it's a hell of a ride.
We start with Bing, a man placed in a 1984 dystopian nightmare where he is surrounded by TV screens 24/7. Bing is given 15 million merits after his brother's passing. Brooker stated that the narrative of 15 million merits is heavily inspired by the narrative in talent shows, referring to shows like American Idol and The X Factor, and mentioning that there's a lot of people who do a job that they hate for little reward, and one of the main means of salvation that's held up is to become an overnight star. Brooker's wife Connie Huck was a huge part in the conceptualization of 15 Million Merits. Connie is well known for presenting a show on BBC called Blue Peter. From her experience on the show, she made an observation that you would see so many kids strive to become famous without really necessarily knowing what they would be famous for.
You're left wondering throughout the episode what civilization has actually done to get to this point where everybody is just cycling around and earning merits. Or it begs the question if this is just what it's like for prisoners in that time period.
We have to further talk about the world Bing lives in. We see a very distinct class system, especially with appearances. The beautiful are the upper class as they are shown off to the world on television, and the average moderately fit people are the middle class on the bikes, representative of the middle class's menial repetitive work cycle. And the overweight are the lower class doing jobs like janitorial work. The middle class end up saving and saving to then fork up 15 million merits to get a shot at their 15 minutes of fame. At least for the middle class, the world of 15 million merits is becoming the reality for more and more people every day. Waking up and trying to start your day when seeing advertisements on your phones from applications that you have to pay premiums in order to not listen to or watch the ads. Going to work also in front of a computer surrounded by a plethora of other screens. Come home and you have a screen that you either watch reality TV on or you shoot things up on video games. You go to sleep and the vicious cycle repeats itself.
Anyway, it's a great take on what at the time was a saturated market of talent shows being broadcasted on TV, and it highlighted just how fake and two-dimensional they were, and still are. With many people going on these style of shows to live out their dream with their chosen talent, this isn't necessarily the case in real life. He went on the talent show to give the judges a piece of his mind, and show them how he knew how fabricated the show was. And whilst in the process of making people's lives better and bringing them fame and fortune, it also destroys many others, like his friend. And this is something that happens in real life with shows such as All of the Got Talents, The Voice and The X Factor. It's not about the contestants, it's about the judges and making it the most entertaining TV show possible, even if that means making people do what they don't necessarily want to, but they'll go along with it, as it's a show. And that's reiterated with the compliance. When Bing gets given a way out of his cycling hell that he lives in, and where he has to rely on using merits as a currency and using them as a transaction for anything, he jumps at the chance and gets his own show, living what in that world looks like a luxurious life, with a view of his choice. And that way it allows him to be famous.